everyone. This is the biggest question that always comes up. This question comes up with just about everybody when applying for a mortgage loan, whether purchase or refinance, how much you're going to need. So the same rules are going to apply for a purchase as for a refinance. A little bit different for a refinance because most of it, if not all of it, is put into the loan. It's added on top. Probably another reason why I don't like refinances. I'm very specific on refinances. But let's talk about purchases mainly here. But remember, for your refinance, it's pretty much the same. So one of the things we want to look at when you're doing a purchase, what is my down payment? So we have things that we have to establish a difference between a down payment and a closing cost. One of the other things you want to remember is what's EDM, okay? Earnest deposit money, which is used on a purchase. Okay, when you put your earnest deposit money down on that real estate contract, that will get applied to both or either the down payment or the closing cost. So that money that you put down is always used towards that. Okay, so let's talk about some real basics here. FHA, you need a minimum of 3.5% of the sales price for your down payment. Okay, at the VA loan, you don't need anything. USDA, you don't need anything, okay, for down payment. Conventional, depending on the lender that you're working with in the basics, anywhere, for conventional, you usually like to see 20% down. So I'm going to put down 20%, okay? Anything less than 20%, you're going to have mortgage insurance. So remember that. Remember what mortgage insurance is? It's something you pay for that insures the lender, not you. Okay, so just remember it. So when you go conventional, 20% down is the target. You can put 30, 40, 50% down, it doesn't matter. Okay, some lenders will go as low as 1%. Most lenders will do at least 3%. But your mortgage, remember, with these little amounts down, your mortgage insurance is going to be through the roof. So if you put down 10%, that's a lot better. Your mortgage insurance rate is going to be a lot better than if you only put down 1 or 3%. Look at my other videos. We'll talk about some traps on this one. Okay, generally what they do is the difference between that, they'll increase the interest rate on the loan they're on the interest rates they're offering you. They'll increase that interest rate significantly to cover that difference. Okay, so watch those traps. So the less you put down affects your interest rate. It also affects the cost of your MI. So on a conventional loan, you want to try to target that 20% down to avoid the MI and the higher interest rates on the promissory note in itself. Okay, so this is the minimum that you're going to need. Closing costs, they're going to really vary. Okay, some of the closing costs that you're going to have your proration of taxes, insurances. You're going to have doc stamps and tangible tax, depending on what state you're on. How much you're going to pay. You're going to have title insurances, okay? You're going to have your title costs, your title fees. So this, I'll give you just some real rough estimates. Probably shouldn't give estimates like this, but you can count on a $100,000 loan. You may spend $3,000 to $5,000. On a $200,000 loan, you might be $7,000 to $9,000 in that $9,000 in that range. Okay, the more expensive the loan or the house is going to have impacts on all your title insurance and your taxes involved with that. The recording of deeds, the recording of your mortgage. You actually pay per page for it to be recorded in the county records. So generally, talk to your loan originator. You're going to get a loan estimate. You can talk to your realtor to get you an example. Remember, if you get a quote from a title insurance company or a closing attorney, they're only going to give you their cost related to title, taxes, and insurance. The lender's going to have all your prorations of your homeowner's insurance, the property taxes, what they're escrowing. So that's why you'll see it quite a bit higher than you would think, or maybe what the realtors may tell you. So you want to count on a house between $150,000 to $200,000, spending about $8,000 in closing costs. That's just a guesstimate, okay? Because there's a lot of factors that go involved. What type of house it is, where it's located, what's the cost of insurance. So there's a lot of factors there. How much you're putting down, how much your mortgage is, what type of mortgage you're getting affects your closing costs over here. So there's a lot. So expect to have some money over here and some money for down payment. How much do I need? That'll give you a little bit of an idea.